Members of the Talisman Theatre players arrived for the last performance at the old theatre. A sad occasion, though foreseen for more than 12 months. Somewhat appropriately, the last play was Norman, a comedy of the slums. Nearing his 22nd birthday, the old Talisman was a collection of ramshackle buildings based on a tannery shed. But from the front, it had a quaint dignity. And in its time, the company had done some good work. Plays old, plays new, and plays a little blue. But now we are to be redeveloped. And while the stage gang salvage what they can to store, the rest of the company start on the long job of raising the funds for a new talisman. We didn't own the land, so there's no compensation. Instead, there's rummage sales and dances. Trevor Thomas, on loan to the cathedral, plugs tickets for a dance. Who can resist King Herod? Reluctantly, the old theatre gives up the ghost. The roof comes off, then the doors. Harry Lord, in Warwick Marketplace, uses his actor's charm to induce passers-by to purchase tickets for a win and imp competition. Alas, to no avail. It was the only venture to show a lot. Losing patience, the developers tried to burn the Maybe it was all that old scenic paint that caused the theatre to resist. Anyway, for a few days, the ruins stood, a pathetic sight. Cause for nostalgia. Finally, a bulldozer came along to finish the job. And there it was, a site for a future public convenience. So ended 1964. The next year saw the Talisman homeless, with production staged in friendly theatres. Then an appeal was launched. A design for a new talisman was produced. And a piece of land was bought. A successful venture started in 1965 was the Talisman Palace of Varieties, which toured every village hall in Warwickshire, raising a total of over £600. And when, in 1966, The Talisman Company converted the top floor of the Clarendon Arms to a mini theatre, seating some 50 people. It was fitting that to the musical company fell the honour of the first performance. And of course, the fundraising continued. The inevitable rummage sales. A summer fair at St. John's brought in a little cash, a little fun, and a lot of hard work. Kenilworth Carnival, £50 of the street collection. But even so, the target, now raised to £30,000, was as far away as ever. So early in 1967, the plans were changed. This time, a prefabricated timber building, designed by John Darnell, using the specifications of units made by Robert H. Hall Limited. The result? Looking very like the old Talisman in reverse. The cost, $5,000 for the building, $2,000 for the foundation, $2,000 for fitting out. It was just possible. The company agreed. Meanwhile, 1967 saw our productions continued at the Clarendon Arms. Fundraising was redoubled. A Talisman walk raised £150. Kenilworth Council promised a loan of $5,000 for the building. At last, the committee could place the order for the foundation. And then, the order for the new Talisman. February 26, 1968, work was commenced. Bulldozers came onto the site, stile was levelled, trees were felled, all by courtesy of the Massey Ferguson Tractor School. Our contractors moved in. Materials appeared. Trenches were dug. Pipes were laid. Who's gonna put the brushes down there, I wonder? And concrete was poured. The committee examined the progress of the work. And in spite of all the hand-waving, by Easter there was a concrete platform complete with all services, ready to take the theatre. But the government held up the loan, and all through the summer the holes for the main girders waited to be filled. At last, on October the 1st, 1968, the great day arrived. Robert H. Limited of Kent started to bring in parts of the new Talisman. Swiftly, the site became filled with timber frames, roof sections, fillings for the walls, 3 lorry loads in all. And Talisman members made it a Sunday outing to see the progress of the new playhouse. The call went out for volunteers, and as soon as the roof was on, work started on the interior. The roof, guaranteed for 30 years, was of timber, felt and pitch. The walls also were of timber framing, covered inside with 2 thicknesses of wallboard, and on the outside with felt and tiles, except at the front, where boards were preferred. But one of the members had to fix the flashing. Inside, electricians were installing the wiring, carpenters building up the floors, and our girls putting on the first of many coats of paint. But the weather turned nasty. The ground around the theatre was saturated. Before the power could be brought in, bailing was necessary. In spite of the cold, one Sunday, a gang turned out to connect up the water supply. To the great relief of all. Christmas saw the stage auditorium floors being put in. Still more wirings, paint galore. And of course, on the day the seats came back from the loft, it had to snow. But this was luckily one of the few occasions when many hands made light work. In the autumn, there was yet another Christmas fair, yet another rummage sale, and from raising the cash, it was back to using the proceeds. A big job was cleaning, painting, and fixing the seats. A few dry days and the car park was started. First, a heap of old bricks, then a bulldozer to flatten them down. But it was realised that it wouldn't be possible to finish the car park in time for the opening. Still, so long as there was enough room for the staff cars, through January the work went on, inside and when the weather allowed, outside as well. Poster for the opening show went up. Trelawney of the Wells. The tempo of work redoubled. A welcome sight was the arrival of the bar from Smith's of Leicester. The builders came back to add the finishing touches. A quick coat of paint was slapped on the outside. The council constructed the access. The big clean clean-up was started. The beer arrived. And so did the 1st of February. All that Saturday, it was cleaning, polishing, the final touches. Just cleaned the paint off their faces and prepared to put on their makeup. The floor was given its final brush, the carpet its last back. The specially invited audience arrived. A sherry to get them in the mood. The stage director calls the actors on stage. Our president, Sir Charles Ballard, declares the theatre open. Slight delay while the technical staff go through their time-honored ritual. At last, the curtains parted. After 4 years, 8 months, and 22 days, the Talisman Theatre was back in business.
Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are feeling that extra power. There's no peaceful light show. People they smile when they are low. Even with the turkey that you know will go, you may be stranded out in the cold. If you wouldn't change it for